Hello everyone, my name is Emily Makis. The title of my language documentation project is Embracing Two Languages because being able to communicate in two languages and utilize all language skills, reading, writing, listening, and speaking is not a problem, it is a gift. The project overview includes information about the student, and for the language documentation, I select two records for this project and ask Sebastian open-ended questions about the school. After that, I realize transcription of the records and a contrastive analysis allow me to learn more about Sebastian. Then I will give my recommendations for instructional strategies, and at the end of this presentation I will share my reflections on what I have learned. Information about the student. Sebastian lives in El Paso, Texas. He's an emergent bilingual. He was in kindergarten in a school in the United States. And for elementary school, he entered a school that offered the dual language academy program. When he was in kindergarten, he presented the LIA speech in both languages, English and Spanish, and he was in speech therapy for 2 years. Sebastian has finished the first grade and will enter the second grade. He's outgoing and cooperative. He likes science and math.
Tell me about this work, Sebastian.
Okay, my friends, project, my house, dinosaurs, hamsters, dogs, sleeping, ship, zanja, so dance, eating pizza, cereal sandwich, TV, helping my dad, science, lollipop, sumas y restas, Nina y terminé. Y nada.
As we listen to the record, Sebastian talked about his favorite things, and I realized a transcription and a contrastive analysis. I found errors in pronunciation that I will explain in a continuation. Sebastian did not pronounce the final consonants CT at the end of the word project. Sebastian pronounced proche, and the correct form is project. According with Celce Murcia in 2010, English has a distinct propensity for consonant clusters. As we see in this course, consonant clusters are complex for English learners because in Spanish there are no words that finish with the consonants CT. Another mistake that I found is that Sebastian pronounced school, and the correct form of the word is school. Sebastian did not pronounce the final consonant L at the end of the word school. Sebastian received speech therapy, as I mentioned before, for 2 years, and has a speech challenge in English and Spanish. Some sounds require a complex movement in the oral cavity. For example, the consonant L is voice, alveolar lateral, and the sound comes out from the sides of the tongue. We need to remember that the alveolar sound is when the tongue is at the alveolar ridge, just behind your upper teeth. Aquí otro error de pronunciación que cometió Sebastián fue que mencionó mandanina en vez de mandarina. Aquí sustituyó la consonante R por la consonante N en español. Sebastián tiene 6 años, todavía presenta dificultades con el habla. Él ya había tenido terapia del lenguaje a los 3 y 4 años. La consonante N tiene el mismo sonido en inglés que en español, es sonora, alveolar, nasal. La consonante R tiene un sonido suave como mandarina, amarillo, y un sonido fuerte como perro, carro. The next record, Sebastian talked about his final book, in which he described the map of his classroom, his best friends, and a letter to his teacher, what he wants to be when he grows up, what he liked about his teacher, and he explained his best memory of school. Sebastian discussed his field day, his summer plans, and all the great things that happened during his first grade year.
Okay, Sebastian, tell me about your final book, please.
Okay, this is my I have half of the tables here, the carpet here, uh, the entrance here, the books are over here, my teacher's desk. Then I have my friend Eli. He's my friend.
He's your friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I have my teacher. I do English science with my teacher. I love my teacher.
You love your teacher?
Yeah. And then at the end of the school, I got field day. Okay.
Tell me about your field day.
My field day can be fun. I also have un día en el cine. Estuvo chido. I have fun con vimos The Grinch. Y luego hacemos science, math, English. I both extrañé a mi teacher. And my teacher, I like my teacher. Thank you for the music teacher. Yo quiero ser un rotor de perritos cuando crezca.
Okay.
Porque son tiernos los pelos.
Okay.
I go to the zoo one time. I see a lot of animals. I see a giraffe, a monkey, a tortoise, and a lot more animals. Then I see bubbles, how my dad eats and eating. In my remember I feel they watch movies when I graduate.
What is the meaning of this picture?
Oh, cuando fuimos a un cine. Y luego cuando tuvimos pizza. Y luego cuando hicimos slime. El amor. Y luego las páginas, los nombres. Yo tengo Eli, A.B. Arnen,
These are the names of your friends?
here I have other names of the kids in my classroom. Eli, I have every kid of my classroom with the name.
Okay, thank you.
I realized the transcription and a contrastive analysis, and I found errors of pronunciation. Sebastian pronounced the carpet here, and the correct form is the carpet here. Sebastian did not pronounce the final T at the end of the word carpet. In the video by Kate Anderson in 2021, Interlanguage Fossilization and Translanguaging explained that fossilization occurs when an English learner becomes stuck in patterns of language. That's why it is essential that English learners receive ongoing feedback. El siguiente error de Sebastián fue en la palabra hicimos. Él pronunció hacimos. Aquí hicimos viene de la palabra hacer, entonces aquí la conjugación del verbo no la hizo de manera correcta. Aquí pues Sebastián necesita conectar lo que escucha con lo que repite. Entonces por eso sustituyó la vocal I por la vocal A y cambió la conjugación del verbo, que son errores pues comunes dentro de los niños que todavía están pues aprendiendo, en este caso pues dos lenguajes, el inglés y el español. Ok, aquí continuando con los errores de pronunciación, Sebastián mencionó lime en vez de slime. Aquí Sebastián omitió la consonante S al principio de la palabra. Tendríamos que ver el contexto. Aquí Sebastián empezó a hablar en español y dijo cuando fuimos a un cine y luego cuando tuvimos pizza y luego cuando hicimos lime en vez de slime, que es un juguete que en español lo usan igual, sería como un extranjerismo. Aquí Sebastián usó la palabra hicimos, que tiene una S al final, y luego slime, que tiene una S al principio, y tal vez hacer dos palabras que terminan y empiezan con S, pues ahí se le dificultó mencionar la palabra slime. The next error that I found is that Sebastian pronounced graduate instead of graduate. Children need to have the connection with between what they hear and what they repeat. That's why it's important to know what is a phoneme. Is a sound difference that distinguish words, according with Celce Murcia in 2010. Continuing with the contrastive analysis, another mistake is the use of the verb. Sebastian mentioned the books over here, and the correct form is the books are over here. The books represent a plural subject. The verb are is used with plural subjects. The verb is a word that describes the action. In English and Spanish, it is necessary to have a verb in a sentence. The acquisition of verbs is a gradual process in children. Another mistake is the misuse of articles and use of correct verb tense. Sebastian mentioned my field day can be a fun, and the correct form is my field day was fun. The article a is unnecessary because the word fun is used as an adjective and it can stand alone. Sebastian needs to focus on the timing of the action, past, present, or future, and use the correct form of the verb. The syntax is part of the linguistic that studies the rules for organizing words into a sentences. For English learners, this knowledge requires practice. Continuing with the contrastive analysis, another mistake is missing articles and use of the correct verb tense. Sebastian mentioned I see giraffe, and the correct form is I saw a giraffe. The articles are a and the are words that are used before nouns. Articles can be specific or general. A specific article is the when a writer refers to a country, for example, the United States. When nouns start with a vowel sound, the correct indefinite article is an, and when nouns start with a consonant sound, the correct article is a. Grammar rules are in Spanish are different than English. In Spanish, there are four definite articles: el, las, los, las, and four indefinite articles: un, una, unos, unas, depending on the noun, gender, and number. English learners may forget articles because they differ from those in their native language. Another mistake is the use of the correct verb tense. Sebastian mentioned I go to the zoo one time, and the correct form is I went to the zoo one time. Again, the correct use of the verb is in the past tense, and this knowledge requires practice. Continuing with the contrastive analysis, another mistake is missing articles. Sebastian mentioned eat sandwich, and the correct form is eat a sandwich. As I explained before, grammar rules in Spanish are different than English. Another mistake is pronunciation, the th sound. Sebastian mentioned math, and the correct form is math. The TH sound is unvoiced interdental fricative, and this sound does not exist in Spanish. That's why it's complicated for English learners. Instructional strategies. Helping Sebastian with pronunciation. Understanding the connection between sounds and letters is crucial. Sebastian needs to practice the blending and segmenting sounds in words. Also, review a list of high-frequency words every week. Celce Murcia mentioned in 2010 that a minimal pair or word-level practice can assist learners in gaining control over segmental contrasts. Instructional strategies helping Sebastian with grammar. An anchor chart comparing the parts of a speech in English and Spanish. En español serían las partes del enunciado. Eso le ayudaría mucho. Sentence frames, reading and writing activities. Ballinger in 2020 stated, there is mounting evidence demonstrating which teaching practices best harness transfer to the benefit of both students and teachers. In this project, I learned how bilingual students use their languages. Reviewing the consonant and vowel system helps me better understand language documentation and how to assist bilingual students with cross-linguistic connections to achieve biliteracy. I will share tips to start building cross-linguistic connections. Start small, number one. Number two, anchor chart. Number three, visualize difference. And number four, leverage moments when students notice the differences and similarities between English and Spanish. Thank you, and these are my references.